Hey, good evening everyone. I'm Xiongping Huizi. Today I'm going to tell you guys about the current issues happen in China these days. Article for the title for the article I choose is Policymakers, Lawmakers Respond to Opinion Voiced Online. Authors are Cao Ying and Li Yang. It comes from ChinaDaily.com and the updated date is on January 28th. By the way, I will not go in so detailed about the article because it covers more than one cases, so I will just talk briefly about it. If you have more interest, please read the whole article. Let's look at the first subtopic, liberals' life, students' deaths attract widespread attention. Millions of netizens have voiced their sympathy for a middle-aged liberal who tested positive for COVID-19 last week, and a teenage student who suicided after allegedly being twice abandoned by his parents. These two cases triggered discussion on how public opinion is formed quickly and the way in which government agencies interact with the public in the era of social media. The liberal, 44, who is named Yue, works at night carrying building materials at construction sites in Beijing. Details of his movements, released on January 19, show he has a tough life, often doing more than one job in the city. It means she is eager to earn money. He told reporters he used to work as a fisherman in Weihai, Shandong Province, which is the southern part of China, and traveled to Beijing to look for his missing son. That means this man gave up the chances in southern part of China in order to find his missing son. He gave up his job and walked to Beijing. In the other case, Liu Xuezhou, 17, killed himself early on Monday after leaving a long suicide note on Weibo, which is a Chinese social media platform same like Facebook or Twitter. Said that he was sold by his biological parents when he was only 3 months old, and that in December police helped him to find his birth parents by using a DNA test. Unfortunately, his birth parents had divorced and neither wanted to see him, which means he hungered to rebuild a connection with his families, but his family refused his request. Liu's mother even blocked him on WeChat. A few hours after his death, police said on social media they would investigate Liu's claim that his birth parents sold him. In 3 months, the police had helped him locate his birth parents 1 month earlier. Results of the investigation is still ongoing. In Yue's case, which is the man who worked in Beijing, many people blamed police after media report on January 20 said that he claimed that they had attempted to pressure him to recognize a body as that of his missing son, so that they could conclude the case as early as possible. So here is some compliment about the policeman refers to Yue's case. On January 21, police in Weihai issued a notice saying that there was a 19-year-old boy. He had been found dead in a local pond. Police said a DNA test result showed that Yue and his wife confirmed the body was that of their son, but as a couple, they refused to accept such a sad news, so the corpse had not been cremated. Experts said both cases shed light on interaction between the public and administrators in the Internet era. And there was a scholar whose name is Yang Weidong. He mentioned the public noticed a single incident on the Internet. Their observations turned the incident into a heated debate. The government agencies responded, "This is a brand new way of the public taking part in state governance. Opinion forms after a large number of people notice a particular incident, such as Yue's case or Liu Xuezhou's case. Everyone emphasizes over the liberal story. Some react strongly to the hard life he has to lead, some to his being a father, and some to his accusation that the police did not disclose sufficient information promptly, he added. We all know there are a lot of workers in some advanced, in high technology development city like Beijing. They share the similar experience with the father, Yue, and people voice their opinion on a single incident. Administration and legislators see such opinion and reflect on the problems. This issue is ongoing and some related problems will be reviewed, such as how to provide social welfare for laborers such as Yue, and how the police can better win people's trust. So this is some specific policies to improve the situation. Zheng Ning, a head of the Law Department of Communication University of China's Cultural Industry Management School, said, "For an incident to trigger heated debate, it needs to touch on feelings prevalent in society. It requires someone to make a resonance with the public." She added, "US cases triggered public sympathy for the weak, a measure of dissatisfaction toward the rich, and drew attention to the pursuit of dramatic conflicts. In such cases, public opinion is often polarized. There are so many different voices. People either feel strongly for the hero in an incident or condemn he or her severely. They see only black or white when it comes to the similar situations. There are also twists in some cases, with the public tending to switch between supporting a particular person or a particular group, or withdrawing their backing with every development in a particular incident. There is another case: the death of a 18-year-old girl, Li Xingcao. She was a college student found drowned in a river in Kunming, Yunnan Province, also a southern part of China. In 2019, her mother frequently posted online, questioning the behavior of the local police in handling the tragic incident involving her daughter. Chen said police told her that Li committed suicide, but the mother challenged this, posting a 3-minute clip of the surveillance footage taken in the bar that showed there was a man who twice slapped Li's face and her crying. Li's case attracted widespread attention online. Women's safety, gangster crime, and the Kunming police handling of the incident have become heated issues on the internet. There are a lot of netizens they don't believe it was just a suicide. In a reference to Chen, People's Daily posted on Weibo in October 2019, said, "May there be fewer desperate mothers." Police then reinvestigated the case. Every time more information was disclosed, many people changed their position or changed their attitude toward her and the police. Some even blamed the death harshly for going to a bar with men, because with the further reinvestigation, they found the reason behind the slapping is because Li Li drank too much wine in the evening, so the man is trying to awake the girl. So it's like a friendly action. So some people blame the death for going to a bar with men. There was another case show the diversified voices. Oh, sorry, this was not case. This part is about some comments from the scholars. We could see this new method of public participation. The new method mentioned here is like we connect the public internet opinions with the governments, includes more people from different sectors of society and more diversified voices from different angles. In the past, media reports would draw the focus of government agencies to social problems or incidents. In this way, a news event occurring in a certain location gets to be known by more people across the country. However, in the Internet era, everyone has the right to post and share what they see and how they feel. This process has become faster and easier, meaning that government agencies have to follow up and respond more quickly. In other words, the Internet is acting as a channel for government agencies to learn more about social problems and understand the public demand. Now here comes another case. It's about lawsuit launched, and we could see here there was a lawsuit brought against a wildlife park in Hangzhou, attracted considerable attention. Guo Bing, a local resident, took the city's safari park to court in 2019 after it asked him to provide facial recognition information. The park adopted a face scanning system for entry, meaning that Guo could no longer use his annual pass if he did not comply with the new requirements. The case triggered intense discussion on whether facial recognition technology is used excessively by business and government bodies. In April, the Hangzhou Intermediate People's Court ruled in favor of Guo. 6 months later, there was a law which is the Personal Information Law, took effect, defining facial recognition as sensitive information that should be given special and stronger protection. So the law stipulates that sensitive information must only be collected or used for maintaining national and public security, and no one can force others to provide such data. So this means there was some specific policies or actions to protect the citizens' rights. And we could see some comments here. Guo's case brought the need for sufficient privacy protection to the attention of legislators, who added the facial recognition clause when they were drafting the law. And in this case, public opinion made legislators aware of social problems, prompting them to find answers and bringing about changes in the law. So the government's work must hit public opinion. Public participation in discussion on issues that capture nationwide attention provide a strong reference point for decision makers in upholding people-oriented governments. The governance should be human interest and people-oriented. I think that's all. The rest of the article is all about some small cases. So here I have 2 questions for you. The first question is something like, we already learned a lot of cases happen in China these days. Please choose one to share about your opinion. Anyone, no matter it is about the case from Yue, the father who works in Beijing, or about the teenager Liu Xuezhou, or something about the Hangzhou, sorry, it's not this one. The facial recognition cases, something like that. Please choose any one of the cases shown in this article to share your opinion, share your feelings. And the second question is, please give me pros and cons for the new way of interaction between the public and administrator in the Internet era. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. I need to stop.